So good afternoon all, I'm Kimber McCarthy, Mountain View City Manager, and yes, we ordered up the beautiful weather today, no rain. We're so excited that you're here joining us today for the Magical Bridge Playground groundbreaking. At this point, I'd like to welcome our Vice Mayor, Pat Showalter, to the podium.
Thank you very much, and I would also like to extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you for coming today. First of all, I'd like to recognize my fellow city council members. I believe the whole council is here except for our mayor, who I think is traveling, Margaret Abekoga, Lucas Ramirez, Emily Ramos, Ellen Kamei, and Lisa Matichek. Thank you for being here. And thank them all for voting the right way to get this funded. I'd also want to give a big call out to our Parks and Rec commissioners. They have been working on this for a long time. The chair is Steve Filios. The vice chair is Sandy Summer. The Ronit Bryant, Jonathan Davis, and Joe Mitchner. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you very much for your persistence in guiding this project through. We're currently in what will be the new pedestrian drop-off area. It's going to have accessible parking spaces to support Magical Bridge. And directly behind me is the site where what we're all really here for. That's the playground area. The Magical Bridge Playground has been highly anticipated from our community. With what, just 6 years ago? Six, was just an idea, has today come a reality. The construction site behind me is set to become a Magical Bridge Playground, providing an intentional play area that provides inclusivity for all ages and physical and cognitive abilities. The playground's going to contain 7 play areas, including an entry zone with a bridge, a tot lot, a swing zone, a spin zone, an innovation zone, a slide climbing zone, and a playhouse and stage zone. So there literally will be play areas for everyone. In addition, the amenities are going to include a perimeter fence for safety, a rubberized surface for accessibility and safety, a nature play area under our beautiful coast redwoods, and a donor wall at the main entry. Well, when we talk about the donors, I need to give a shout out for the people who have helped us by voting and paying to get this going. First of all, of course, the City of Mountain View through the City Council, our County Board of Supervisors, Santa Clara County Board of Supervisors, the Magical Bridge Foundation, California State Parks, Google Landings Community Benefit Package, and countless Mountain View residents and businesses that have gotten us here today by their support. Thank you. Well, with that, I'd like to turn it over to Supervisor Joe Simitian. Thank you, Joe.
Well, thank you very much. As you can tell, I did not come in my playground clothes today. And I understand a few of you were a little skeptical about the weather this morning. And I just can't help but point out that the sun is shining, the clouds have parted, and it's a beautiful day in Mountain View, which Kimber would tell me is redundant because she tells me it's always a beautiful day in Mountain View. But mostly what I want to say is sometimes things work out the way you hoped and planned. And even though this has taken a while, this has worked out the way we hoped and planned. Half a dozen years ago, having taken a look at what folks did with Rotary Play Garden in San Jose and more locally, what Magical Bridge had done in Palo Alto, it seemed to me there was a very obvious question. And that question was, how can we grow the movement? How can we make what Magical Bridge does the norm, the everyday expectation for playgrounds, not just in neighborhood parks, but at school sites as well? And the answer, I thought, was let's put a little money on the table. let's offer a program of matching grants, $2 million in each of 5 supervisorial districts for a total of $10 million in that first round, and see if anyone shares the vision and will take it and run with it. And guess what? Mountain View took it and ran with it. Magical Bridge took it and ran with it. So that first round of grants produced $1.7 million, and Mountain View said, we're going to be here right at the front of the line to get the work done. We're going to find those other resources with help from Magical Bridge. Everyone has stepped up in a way that I think is really magnificent and grown the movement. And one day, we're going to look back on this day, and we're going to say to ourselves, can you believe they ever built parks in a different way? Why wasn't this always the way we did it? I got to say, candidly, we talk a good game about inclusivity, but we don't always see that play out in the decisions we make as communities. Today, we're going to see it play out for real. When we talk about inclusivity, that's what Magical Bridge is. It's what it means. It's what the magical in Magical Bridge is really all about. And so I want to say, as I have said so many times before, the great thing about Mountain View is it's a caring community with a can-do city government. And we are seeing that caring community step up in a can-do way today in partnership with Olenka Villarreal and the Magical Bridge team, which is an army that is growing and more powerful and more forceful with every passing day and every next project. Please join me in welcoming and thanking the Magical Bridge team led by Olenka Villarreal. Olenka, come on up. Say a word.
What a truly magical day it is. What wonderful remarks. Thank you. I'm losing my voice a little bit, but that won't stop me from making as many comments as I possibly can to express our deep, deep, deep appreciation, our gratitude for the city leadership team, the city council, mayor, vice mayor, of course, Supervisor Simidian and his team that recognized very early on that somehow those all-inclusive playgrounds that we hope are being built in a most inclusive manner really still were leaving some of our members of the community off. And so we set out, gosh, about 15 years ago now, to reimagine what it means to have a place where everyone really does come together, no matter their age, their ability. And a very organic movement sort of started. So I'm very, very happy to see us here in Mountain View. Mountain View was indeed one of the very first cities that we were so excited about launching with this matching grant, so generously provided by the city, the County Board of Supervisors, in an effort to create something that means everyone. And with each magical bridge, we continue to evolve, to innovate. We continue to enjoy seeing families coming out to play, and it was a beautiful description from the mayor about what to expect behind us. Really, each magical bridge will feel familiar, but it really represents your own communities in a way that has been discussed with your families and the over 660 families and donors that really helped to make this a reality. And even today, we have a beautiful young lady that is making a little bit more fundraising, her bat mitzvah project for Mountain View. So it still continues, and we appreciate all the good work and just magical thinking and magical donations. I also want to thank that former mayor, Ken Rosenberg, is here, and he was here when we started and feels still connected to the project, which we so are grateful about. So as we begin this exciting day to launch the official construction celebration, we also are excited about bringing programming as well as the physical space so that everyone really does feel a sense of welcome as we all want to be in the world. So without further ado, I am delighted to be here, and thank you so much for all of your support and all the the effort to bring this to the place we are today. Thank you.
Thank you, Olenka. At this time, I'd like to recognize the following companies who are helping to make the Magical Bridge Playground a reality from design all the way to construction. The landscape architect Verde Design, Inc., and Sandus Civil Engineers, surveyors and planners. Construction management team Tanner Pacific. Construction Robert Bothman of Santa Clara. Thank you all for your hard work in creating this beautiful asset for our community. Now I'd like to invite our City Council, Supervisor Simidian, Magical Bridge founder and CEO Olga Villarreal, and the Parks and Recreation Commission, as well as our Community Services Director John Marchant and our Public Works Director Don Cameron over here for the ceremonial digs. And then once the ceremony is complete, we'd like everyone gathered to enjoy light refreshments, and I believe we want to take a picture of everyone who's here as well. So the first dig will be the council members, Supervisor Simidian and Olenka, and then the Parks and Rec commissioners and city staff standing behind the council.
Olenka, you're up here. All right, we're gonna have our council members, Supervisor Simidian and Olenka up first. All right, I'm gonna count, and on 3, you're gonna throw some dirt with your shovel, right? Have some fun with it. Forward. Throw it forward. Not at me, but forward. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Yay! Wonderful, thank you. Joe's gonna keep digging. He's ready for this project to get going. And next up, we will have our Parks and Rec Commissioner, City Manager Kimber McCarthy, Community Services Director John Marchant, and Public Works Director Don Cameron for the second ceremonial dig. All right, you got to see how this is done. On the count of 3. Everyone ready? Got some dirt? All right, 1, 2, 3. Yay! All right, thank you everyone for being here today and joining us for this great celebration. If you'd like to enjoy some refreshments, we have them right out the gate here, but feel free to mingle and enjoy. Thank you.